With over a century of pioneering technology, the organization collaborates with customers, partners, and research communities to co-create solutions that fuel wind farms, enable mass transportation, and protect cities from blackouts. People and inclusion are central to Hitachi Energy's progress. They champion women in building impactful careers across engineering, technology, and innovation through inclusive policies, leadership programs, and growth opportunities. And bringing this experience together, we are pleased to have the support of My Career Net, a digital destination for candidate community engagement, bringing together career opportunities, events, and contests that help ambitious professionals like you take the next step toward their dream career. Now, before we start a session, let me see how many of you here are curious to hear from our Hitachi leaders. All right, almost everyone. So we are going to do just that. We also have virtual attendees joining across the country. So I will also take this time to welcome them if they can hear me. All right, we will wait for a few minutes. Until then, I want to get to know some of you, at least. I want to get to know all of you, not just us, so that it's not just one sided, but just so we know your journeys, your experiences as well. Can I just come to any one of you? Yes? Ma'am, you're beautiful. Can we know your name and what made you decide come here?
My name is Rasagna. I have just started my career. I have 1.2 years of experience. So I came here to know new people, build a good network, and looking forward to learn few things from here. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for her, everyone. All right, so you're looking to network, so you're perfectly in the right place, right? How many of you here you have similar answers? You're starting your career. Starting your career? Okay, okay. And which role are you in? Electrical design. How many electrical design here? Wow. Okay, okay. All right. What about, I will take someone who is at the back. Hi, what's your name and what made you decide to come here today?
Hi, myself Viveka. Same like I'm also starting a career now. I got around 3 years experience. Previously, I worked as an RNTPC in Chennai. Now in Bangalore. Same. I want to know to new people and know to you guys also. Thank you.
Thank you. Viveka, right? Give it up for Viveka, everybody. All right, so you're new to Bangalore? Are you liking the weather? I know. Okay, let's take one more. One more. I got to know that a lot of electrical design people. Okay. Hi, ma'am. What's your name and what made you decide to come here?
Myself Sanchana. I decided to come here to explore new things and connect with the new people and build a new network and learn, get the experience related to other fields. And that's it. Thank you.
Give it up for Sanchana, everybody. All right. So we're all here to explore new things, connect with people. So every one of us are, in the similar path that way, right? And which role are you in? Okay. A lot of electrical designer. How many of you electrical design again? Okay, almost 50%. What's the other 50%? Who is not electrical? Who is not in electrical design? Okay. Hi, ma'am. What are you exploring right now? And can we know your name?
Hello, my name is Deepa. I am working as mechanical design engineer. I started my career 3 years back. Uh, I'm very excited to see the event. I'm very happy to be here. Deepa.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's give it up for Deepa. Mechanical design engineering. Looking forward for new things. Okay, perfect. I love how you are, curious and looking forward and putting in the effort to come and connect with people. So I hope that you get new direction today. All right. Looks great. Okay, we are now ready to hear from our leaders. Are we all ready? Yes? All right, perfect. Love the. Yes.
Hello, guys. Very good morning, everybody. I am Neha Aluwalia, the head of HR of the company. Super happy to welcome you on this Saturday morning. So, how many of you are happy it's a Saturday? Fantastic. Even we are not wearing blazers on Saturday morning. Irrespective, can we have Venu online, please? Hi, Venu. Good morning. Venu, you are on mute. Can you hear me? Hi. Hi, Venu. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud
Evening.
and clear, and we can see you loud and clear. Yeah. First of all, very good morning, Venu, and thank you for taking time on a Saturday morning. Uh, in fact, it's a very, for the first time at Hitachi Energy, we are organizing this ConnectHER campus. It's a room full of 120 females. So many females at the same time. Clearly, you are a minority. So, but big thank you. And it's an occasion where we bring together not just a career fair or not just a recruitment fair, but we bring the whole philosophy of Hitachi Energy, which is around inclusion. So, a big thank you for joining. And over to you, Venu. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. First of all, a very good morning to all of you and a very warm welcome on behalf of entire Hitachi Energy. And I have been listening to the moderator, and I see many of you have a lot of experience in the electrical engineering. That's great to hear, and I'm very happy to host you all of you. You all know Hitachi Energy helps electricity travel safely, efficiently, and cleanly from where it is made. Okay, whether it is a remote places, whether it is in the city centers, and it will bring where it is needed most. Okay, in the city centers, load centers, etc. We make the technology that carries power over a long distances, protects it from failures, and helps bring more energy from the sun, wind, or water, you name any of those things in that. So our technology is the bridge between the generation and the consumption. In India, this work matters deeply. As cities grow, villages moderate, the need for the electricity growing every day, and millions of people, especially in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, are requiring stable, reliable, round-the-clock power. Last week, in the city of Mumbai, quietly we commissioned one of the most significant project. That project will bring 50% more energy into the city center of the Mumbai. We call it the city center in feed. And this is a technology invented by us. So as you know, Hitachi Energy is a innovative technology-led company where everywhere, every day, every time, our people, our engineers, and different locations, they will be bringing the technologies that is required by our customers, by our people. This is all about sustainability and about caring for the planet and energy security. Our technology decarbonize the customers' ecosystem. So that's the reason we want to advance the sustainable energy future for our customers, for our people in that. That's our vision, and that's how we have been working day in day out to help our customers to navigate these challenges in that. And that has been the case, but we don't only look at the lens from the sustainability. Today, what's happening with the geopolitical tensions in the West Asia, the need to electrification is felt across the world. Electrify anything and everything. And that's where Hitachi Energy stands. We enable our customers, our people who are connected with our technology, electrify faster and quicker in that. Just like the Mumbai project, every line we build or every system we build, every product we supply or we design is a step toward future where India grows brighter, cleaner, and stronger for the next generation, not only for this generation, for the next generation. And I'm very happy that the team here under the leadership of Neha has taken this very important initiative, ConnectHER, a structured women development program designed to prepare women employees for a critical roles. In our company, Hitachi Energy, every role is a critical role. Not only critical role, but also we want to develop women leadership opportunities through mentoring, networking, learning journeys. Today we have around, I understand, several plus people trained since launching this year, strengthening the organization's commitment to building diverse leadership pipelines. So not only programs like this, we have done several of those programs to in ensuring that the diversity is not only what we talk, but we will actively practice in our thing. We have taken several programs on that, several policies we take. For example, we care policy, menstrual leave policy, miscarriage policy, equity opportunities policy, like that. Several of those things we are doing that. The ConnectHER program today is to accelerate the journey what we have been doing, so many years so far in that. And with your support, with your participation, this program will not only further accelerated, but you are playing a major role in India's energy transition journey. This is exciting times for all of us, and I'm sure all of you also agree in that. And today, many of our customers are looking forward to our support, our cooperation, and our partnership in ensuring that the sustainable energy future is really placed in the field. So I'm super happy to host you, all of you, and I'm sure all of you will be successful after the interview rounds, etc. I'm really looking forward to welcome you to Hitachi Energy family in India. I wish you all the best and success. The only criteria for you to be here is that demonstrate your skills, demonstrate your wisdom, your thought leadership, your technical skills. You name any of those things, managerial skills. All of those things are required at Hitachi Energy, and be part of this journey. Let's build together a sustainable energy future in this country. Thank you very much. And thank you all. Again, wish you all the very best and success.
Thank you, Mr. N. Venu, for sharing those powerful insights, touching upon the importance of policies and leadership. Thank you so much. Everyone, can we give him a big round of applause one more time?
Thank you.
Great. We will now open for any question that you may have for our leader here. Anyone who want to ask any question to him? Anyone? Yes.
Hello, sir. I'm Rakshita. Basically, I'm from finance background. So, how a finance background or process-oriented background women can meaningfully contribute for innovation in energy sector?
First of all, thank you very much for your question. It's very, very interesting question and also very important question. When you're talking about our company, we need all different varieties of backgrounds. So that's what we call the diversity, means not only for the gender, but diversity of the qualifications. we need engineers, we need the finance background, we need MBAs, and we need, different people in that. So the finance is a very important for us, and then as you know that we run on a large scale SAP S/4HANA platform globally in that. So that's all, a whole ERP works on that. And the process oriented finance professionals are extremely important for us to further improve the process, optimization of the process, and improve the productivity arising out of that is super important in that. So that way, not only bringing your functional knowledge, but doing so, you are also further enhancing the energy transition in this country. Thank you very much for taking the time, and I wish you all the best and success.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Yes. Okay. We'll take one more.
Hi, sir. Good morning. I'm
Good
Soni
morning.
Jain, and I'm also from the finance background. But I just wanted to know if you give some advice to us in terms of professionals, like what are the key steps that we should be taking for growth, for any innovations, or any career opportunities.
Absolutely. Thank you again for a very nice question. I would say that, Hitachi Energy, what we call, the opportunities are, I would say limitless. Okay. There are huge amount of opportunities. People can go from uh, you know, one place to another place, and also, one career to another career, vice versa in that. Not only not only in that what I talked about, but also in terms of geographical thing. We are a global company. We work in more than 60 countries, and the opportunities of where you want to work, where you want to show your thing is again, it's a sky is the limit, I would say, when you're talking about in that. So what you have to do, 3-4 things. We go back to the very basics. We got to be very, we are a company where we have an open transparency is extremely important. Okay. And treating our people is also equally important in that. So we got to go back to the basics. All along, we want very open and transparent communication, transparent behavior, and that's what is the limit one. And then second one is express yourself. We have a very robust, what we call as the global GPM, um, where we talk about the employees, processes, etc. in that, and that's a time where we want people to express what he or she wants to do in the 3 years time, 4 years time, 5 years time. Once we have that, we will help to develop those things in that, because someone wants to, let's say, move from a finance to business. There are many people from a finance background have moved to the business background. So we start, slowly getting into the business background related topics, etc. in that. Or someone wants to go from, we also seen some finance person has gone to the sales and marketing. Okay. So all those things are quite possibilities depending upon what you want and how you want your career to be taken to the next level or to the higher level. So those are the things need to have a very clear discussions during the global performance management time. That's what is the time where we sit very quality time is spent with each and every reporting employee, understanding the nuances, understanding the things, what kind of support you need for that employee, whether you need any particular courses, anything extra need to be done, any leadership courses. All those things will be documented and will be done in a very professional manner. But the lead also has to come from the employee. The lead has to come from the employee. Okay. I wish you all the best. Looking forward to see you as a CFO of our company going forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to all of you actively asking questions. Okay. Yes.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone. I'm Nikita Kedia, and I've seen like world is changing to
Can you
AI.
keep close to your mic? Can you keep close?
Yeah. So I see that world is moving to AI and tools, and I'm from finance background, and I want to know how Hitachi will, what step Hitachi will take, like giving us opportunity to learn more on AI, or will be encouraging us with more AI tools.
Yeah. No, I think looks like today is the finance day, huh, Neha? Well,
Some logic, only the finance girls are asking question. Probably there
no
must be.
problem. So first of all, thank you very much. And again, it's a great question, and it's a very, very important question as well. In the world which is full of AI era, how we like to do that. So I have been saying this consistently. AI is like a steam engine movement, right? When the steam engine is invented, and everybody had apprehension, but steam engine has helped the mankind, helped the people, helped to accelerate, bring the new things. And AI is exactly the same thing. AI will enable us to be much better, much equipped, much faster, much quicker. And we are not looking AI, where it will take away jobs in our company. We are adding the jobs as we speak, but we are also, embracing the AI. We are embracing the AI throughout our organization. Okay, not only for our customers, but also internally by ourselves, our processes, etc. We are working towards a completely AI-ready, data-driven organization going forward in that. Okay, so when this is happening in that, AI will definitely help companies and employees. But where there is a problem, if a person who is not embracing the AI will definitely at a disadvantage. Okay. We want everybody to embrace the AI, learn AI, and we will implement AI in that. Just to give a perspective about how Hitachi Energy is going globally, we are growing such a super high growth in the last 5 years, and the growth is not going to be there in the next few 3-4 years. We are talking about next 25. We unveiled our thing. What we are talking about the next 25, this growth is going to be there. Yesterday, I've shared with some colleagues. Today, we are around 60,000 employees worldwide, Hitachi Energy. And we expect it touch anywhere between 80,000 to 90,000 employees by 2030. Because that's much of demand is available for us. And that much of, work is there in all our geographies, etc. in that. We are a growth oriented company. We are adding more people, but at the same time, we are also embracing AI, and we want all the people who come to us also to, take AI in their hands and then start further improving their career in that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for asking the question. We'll take one more. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Someone is also there on the this one team remote. Just take. Go ahead, please.
Hi, sir. Good morning. I actually had two questions in my mind, but AI already I got the answers.
Can you keep
Second
it close to your the microphone is far away, it looks.
Okay. Second question is
Now, what was the first question?
it's related to AI, and I got the
Okay.
second question is about critical roles. What you have told, as an electrical designer, like I just excited to ask you and know about the roles and responsibility which we can take up as a critical.
Yeah. Thank you again asking this question. So in Hitachi Energy, we consider every role is a critical role. Every role is a mission critical, not even critical, mission critical. Because we are producing mission critical equipment to our customers, right? Smallest, if our relay, which is there in one of the control rooms, let's say in a northern grid, if it trips, the grid will collapse. It can collapse potentially, right? So it has got that kind of thing. And you all know that, how deeply we are involved. Every second Shatabdi or Rajdhani or new Vande Bharat train, it runs through our technology. If The below the engine, you find the transformer, the traction transformer manufactured in our factory in Baroda. And if there's any problem with the factory, the transformer, the train stops, right? And 9 out of the 18 HVDC links in India, they run through our technology. And 9 out of the 18 HVDC. Yeah? So we are talking about 50% market share. So smallest thing happens and the whole thing will be potentially an issue. Same it goes, 80% of the metros in India, Bangalore Metro, Pune Metro, Cochin Metro, Delhi Metro, Mumbai Metro, Calcutta Metro, you name any of them, 80% of them, they use Hitachi Energy's automation and power SCADA systems to manage the complexity arising out of this power management of running the trains. So every product we produce, every technology goes is that really, really super critical for our customers and ourselves. That's why every role we believe is a very, very important in that. So if you go to the roles for electrical engineering, what kind of roles you have? You have some roles based out of factories, some roles based out of project sites, some roles based out of our offices, sales offices. For a sales offices, you have a business development. Those who like a customer facing, right? And they want to meet customer, they want to travel, frequently. It's a you can choose a business development, sales manager, account manager, and application manager. Those are the people. Those who like a factory atmosphere. Personally, I like the factory atmosphere. That's where a lot of things happens in the factory, right? When it comes to the factory, you have design engineering, you have a project management, you have a production management, you have supply chain, you have testing. You have a variety of roles for electrical engineering, and it is right from tendering. Tendering is also very big component. Understanding the customer, what he wants, and then ensuring that we offer to the customer's thing is extremely important. The tendering and application go hand in that. So it's a quite elaborative, and every role depending upon what you like, and that's what you need to look at it. For us, every role is super critical. Every role is equally important, and every person who's in any role has the same opportunities for a growth. Okay, it's not that we only look at salespeople, higher growth, and then factory. No, for us, every person, whichever corner of the office, factory, or project sites, they will be recognized. The talent will be recognized and rewarded appropriately. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. We will take one more question. We have Anushya Banu joining us virtually. She has a question. Yes, Anushya, please go ahead.
Hi everyone, good morning. Manusha. I'm a finance business partner with over 14 years of experience across oil and gas sectors, and primarily in FP&A and performance management. So I always work with the business leaders on planning, cost optimization, driving financial
No,
insights.
it's not very clear. There's an echo coming in.
Is it or
There's an echo coming in. Can someone help their IT system? Yeah, please go ahead now, Anushya. No, you're on mute.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So then I closely work with the business stakeholders regarding the cost optimization or driving the insights. So in this case, I'm exploring how finance can play a bigger role in enabling transformation. So especially in sectors like energy. So my question here is, what skill do you think will matter most in the energy sector over the next 5 years, considering the geopolitical sustainability challenges? Because being a finance graduate, obviously it is really challenging to know how the growth would be, because anyhow the business will continue, but how the sustainability challenges create more impact.
Yeah, right. No, I think again, thank you for asking very, very important and interesting question as well. you know, it's not about the what kind of skills you need. Every skill has to be, evolving over a period of time, and also depending upon, what kind of nature of the job, you are in. So when it comes to the electrical finance background, since you come from the finance background, I have been always says this very openly. For me, myself and my CFO has both, same responsibilities, right? So he has to ensure the CFO has his responsibilities, and I drive the growth. But when it comes to the driving the growth or responsibilities, it's always a giant and several responsibility. Okay, it's not that he's a CFO and the CEO. That's not the way. So whenever you are into a particular business, let's say you get an opportunity to get selected as a business controller for a particular business. The business leader and the business controller together they run. So we expect that the business leader, business leader anyway knows the business, but business controller who comes from a different background, like you, for example, it's important for you to understand the nuances of the business. You don't need to know fully the technology of that end, but it's very important to understand, the critical things of the business, right? That's a finance people will be very quick in understanding that, understanding the very nuances of the business. Idea is that you need to understand what can go wrong in this business. Okay, where are the risk elements in that? So you can only understand those risk elements if you understand a little bit of the process side of the business in that. So that's what we want you to do, to spend time in that. So that's where together manager and the finance controller, they run together the business giant and several. This is how I actively promote in that. So it is not a two separate things in that. So that's the one. And with a lot of geopolitical tensions coming in, as I said in my opening, there is a huge need for electrification. Okay, the whole power systems are being built today to electrify anything and everything. Okay, if you start electrifying everything, and if you have a reliable power supply and available 24/7, do you prefer cooking by electricity or cooking by gas? Right, everybody will use cooking by electricity because it's very sustainable, coming from solar or wind. And so that is how we are actively promoting, actively advocating, working, and the government is also equally important, not only in India but also in many parts of the world. That's the reason we have started our promotion, what we call as the next 25, because we are not talking about this growth next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Next 25 we are committing. We are committing to our customers, our stakeholders, next 25, also to our employees. And please come and join this journey, this exciting journey. And I'm super thrilled, and I'm sure all of you are super thrilled to join this journey. Looking forward to, Aisha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to learn more today's discussion and connecting with everyone. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for your
All the
kind
best.
response.
All the best.
Thank you so much, Anusha, for asking these questions. Big round of applause, everyone. Okay, I know a lot of you have questions. We will take one more question. We have the next one by Aishwarya. Aishwarya, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Aishwarya, working as an electrical designer in elevator system. Based on my background in elevator designs or electrical design, what would you recommend I focus on to the transition into substation design at Hitachi Energy?
Yeah.
And what are the key technical skills you expect from someone who is new to this substation design?
Yeah, thank you, Aishwarya, and asking this very important question. Hitachi also makes elevators and escalators. Just for information, that's a separate company. Hitachi Lifts India. So just for everybody's
Sir,
information.
I know that, but
Yeah.
I want to work on large
I'm
scale
coming back.
electrical.
Yeah, I'm coming
Okay.
to your question. So when it comes to the electrical engineering, the electrical design, if you're talking about whether it is a substation design or it is any of the power plant electrical design, the basic things won't change. When you're talking about the lift electrification design, I fully understand. It's also the same. The parameters thing in that. The complexity in a substation is much more. Reputation is much more. Those are the basic thing. Otherwise, you still have same voltage current related topics only in that. You will have bus bars coming in, the loop in, loop out, and what is the loads, and those are the things we got to do. But otherwise, the logic and things is logic remains the same. There's no different in any electrical design, whether you design for a lift, you design for a substation, you design for a motor, you design for a building, it remains the same. If you understand a little bit, couple of those things in a couple of sessions, you get thing in that. Key is that you need to have that what you call the urge to learn quicker, learn faster. That's what is we look at it in that. But it is you don't need exactly electrical engineering design experience to be an electrical designer, right? You can always have a different experience and come and do that. So it's quite possible. Again, go back to the basic electrical laws and some practices been adopted by various industries. So that's what we look forward to.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for that question. Everyone, can we give it up for Aishwarya as well? All right, that is all for now. Because you all have so many questions, you will love the open segment question that we will open shortly. For now, Mr. N. Venu, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking your time out on a Saturday. Thank you. Can we give it up for
Thank
him,
you.
everyone?
Bye.
A huge round of applause.
All the best and success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, building on to that perspective, we now have our next speaker. She is someone who brings over 2 decades of experience in global, regional, and local HR leadership. With strong expertise in leading large transformational change management projects, she has extensive experience across all facets of HR, spanning multiple geographies. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Neha Ahluwalia, Hitachi Energy CHRO for India and APAC. Everyone, huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, my dear. So, hello guys. Hello once again. Hello everybody virtually as well. Can I have somebody's hello virtually as well? Can somebody unmute and say hello? Reactions. Okay. Wonderful.
Host is not.
Hello.
Actually, there was a host allowing for unmuting. That was the reason it took time to unmute.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for
Hi.
joining.
Hi,
And a
Neha.
warm,
Good morning.
now you can unmute yourself. Thank you guys. Sorry, mute yourself. And first of all, a big warm welcome to Hitachi Energy, guys. I hope this was a really intense and very important session with Mr. N. Venu. This company, or rather this whole exercise, it's not just a career fair, or it's not a recruitment exercise for us. It is something more than that. It's something that we want to define. It's something what inclusion means to us in a true spirit. Okay, let me start with something nicer. How many of you have seen Mr. Bean? Everybody, right? I mean, of course, younger than me, but still everybody has seen. Looks like. So how many total episodes Mr. Bean had till date? Any guesses? Okay, louder. Okay, any other guesses? 100 plus. Another number? So many of us have seen Mr. Bean so many times, right? Any other number? Huh? 12. So see, looks like crowd is much more wiser than actually I think. Okay, so it's actually till date only 15 episodes, guys. And to me, at least in my lifetime, I thought I've seen Mr. Bean like 1500 times. And the reason, or rather the whole philosophy behind is that if you do something really nice, then you don't need to do it too much. Correct? And this is the philosophy that we at Hitachi Energy also follows. That we try and make such an impression when it comes to society, when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to an organization of magnitude and substance, that we don't need to do it again and again. We want to have such a mark when it comes to whether it's sustainability society, that we leave it for the generations to come. And that's what Venu was talking about, right? That we are not talking about next 5 years, we are not talking about next 10 years, we're talking about next 25 years of energy transition. The growth is there. Absolutely. In fact, many of you are trained professionals, you're not freshers. You, before coming here, I'm sure you read a little bit. Who all has read a little bit about Hitachi Energy before coming here? At least on website, right? And you have seen the growth in last 5 years, right? So if you would have invested in the share of Hitachi Energy when it got listed 6 years back to now, you would have been a real crorepati. So that's the whole idea, that we and as an organization has left such a mark. Or if there is a place to be honest, I joined the company 2 years back, okay? But this is the best professional decision I could have taken in my life. And the reason I'm saying is that this is a place to be, totally. Okay. To start with one anecdote, that when we sow anything, like a farmer sow some seeds, right? Some will convert into a sapling and a plant, some will not. What is the difference? Why is you right? Everybody knows, right? When you plant something, anything, some seeds will turn into saplings, some will not. What is the major difference happening there? Why seed will break? Why some will break and why some will not? Ready to break. Okay. It's basically the environment, right? It's the right environment to be provided. An environment is everything: sunlight, water, breeze, anything, right? So it's the right environment which make the difference. The problem is not in the seed. The problem is in the environment, or the decision maker is the environment. And this is what the difference Hitachi Energy does to you, or does to any single employee that we are all standing here with Hitachi Energy badges. That we get the right environment, right? And this right environment makes all the difference. Do you all agree, right? I'm sure many of you are working in the organizations or looking for something, has worked somewhere. Some of the organization we work somewhere, no culture is bad. In fact, as a HR person, I will never say a culture is bad or good. But it's the environment, it's the overall amalgamation of the culture that makes the entire difference. I hope all of you agree with that, right? Because the difference between in a winner and a loser, what is the difference between winner and a loser, guys? That winner learn from failures, confidence, consistent, persistent, attitude, discipline, mindset, everything is correct. But if I need to define winner and a loser difference, winner is basically a loser who has tried one more extra time, right? So that's where we say that this is a place where we are allowed to make mistakes. I mean, nth number of mistakes I have made. My colleague Vijay has made maybe 2-3 more than me, but we have done a lot of mistakes and I've been here. In fact, I see people around, my colleagues, we've all working from many years together, and we have all together made so many success, so many failures. But the good part is the right intention, and the right intention towards organization. That makes the entire difference. That was exactly Venu was talking, that every skill set for us is a critical skill set. We in fact, that's the conversation we don't like to have by saying this is a critical job, that's why we want to retain a person. For us, every single employee is critical. We put extra effort for every single employee and say this is critical or not critical. Because it's all very need based, right? Today, because we talk about AI might critical, tomorrow something else, and day after tomorrow there's something else. But as an organization, you should have a long-term vision and not of only tomorrow and after tomorrow. Correct? So that's the whole key, guys. So in fact, this is an organization which believes that we are the architect of our own destiny. Okay, we decide what we want to do, nobody else. In fact, me personally as HR person also, I don't like the conversations when somebody say, okay, please tell me my career map. How many of you have gone to your HR and managers and said, tell me what is my career roadmap? Why you have not said? You define your roadmap. Because if I define your roadmap, I might say, what's your good name? Nidhi. So then if I define your roadmap, then I will say, okay, Nidhi, you have graduated in 2005. 5 years you will take to become, you're a finance professional? Oh, very good. So, so, so if, in 5 years you will become senior engineer and then for another super senior engineer. But you say, look, Neha, I have it in me. I can do it in 2 years. Then who am I to define it for you, right? Because when I define, it is as per books. It is as per records. And people who are performers break records, not follow records. In fact, one of my manager used to always tell me when I used to say that, let me get the market data. Whenever I worked in HR operations a lot, and they say, let me get market data. And he used to say, if you follow market data, you're always second. Right? Because if you say that, okay, let me get, the best benchmark is, let's say, blah, blah company, and I want to become like that, then you're always second. You're never first. So it's, you break the records, you take that first step is the entire thing, right? So in fact, today, we as an organization, we manage generational diversity in a very beautiful manner, right? Because there are people like us who like Kishore Kumar and Mukesh Kumar. And there are people in the organization who only listen to songs which I don't even understand, right? And what we need to do as an organization is that nobody takes out the headphones, okay? Because the entire balance is maintained, because it all needs to continue. And this is the beauty of this organization, which still gives that balance, which still allows you to play the song that you want to play, but we still need to run the shop for us, right? So do the business for us. So last but not the least, the whole philosophy is, I am not here to tell you what you define for your career. What I can tell you, what we as an organization believe in. We as an organization, what Venu was mentioning, we have a lot of policies. And I'm not saying being a woman especially, that we have policies because we are focusing on women. That's fine. I mean, we want to do it. But the important aspect is that we really focus on inclusion. We really believe that everybody is important. I'm sure every woman in the room agree with me. Nobody likes to at least feel that I got this job because I'm a woman, right? So absolutely, the idea is we all want level playing field, right? So, and that's the only difference. And we need to ensure that we take those calls so that there's a level playing field, not just for you when you grow up the ladder, even for people down the line when you are hiring and all that. Give them a level playing field. And then after that, leave it to them. They don't make it to the list, it's completely fine. We have all also not made it to the list several times. And this is also fine. Failures is also part of the life. So that is the only important thing that we need to take it forward. Last but not the least, the important thing I want to tell you that what time in the, like, you all have phones, right? Show me the phones. So all of us have phones. All of us have phones, right? So when do your phone reboot or any app reboot? When exactly? Louder, louder. When it hangs. No, or okay, you need to, what is it called? Update. When do your phone update? No, 3 months, month. When exactly during the day it updates? Night. Why does it happen in night? We do it. No, we do it. So the phone up, like, it automatically tell you not that today your phone at 12 o'clock midnight will update. Why it is happening? Any reason? Any logic? I'm sure it's a logic, right? It's an iPhone or a proper technology, right? Why it is updating in the night? Yes, because there's chaos is less. You are less active. So this is the philosophy of life, guys, that when you are less active and chaos is less, then only your better version comes. Isn't it true? So when you are less chaotic situation, your better version automatically comes out. If a phone understands that, it is better human beings can understand with emotions, right? So on that note, I want to stop it here and take some questions. But big deal, big thank you for coming out. It's a very, very beautiful crowd, very engaging. Really loved talking to you and interacting. Anyways, I will be around. We will talk more. But thank you so much. Any questions? Over to you. Yeah.
But can we give it up for Neha, everyone? Just before we take the questions. All right. Thank you.
An ambition women need a workplace which supports her voice and invest in her growth. How Hitachi Energy will going to
Sorry, dear. Can you repeat me? Can you tell me your name, please?
Rakshita.
Rakshita. Huh?
An
Ambitious woman.
need a workplace that supports her voice and invest in her growth. So how Hitachi Energy will going to, in what ways it will going to support a woman, an ambitious woman?
I mean, I would say this is a place for ambitious women. Okay. I mean, I have joined Hitachi Energy 2 years back, but all of you know that this is a divested piece from ABB. I joined ABB 18 years back, and I like a pretty much 1 year experience like a management trainee, and I today lead the company as HR head. So this is what this company does. This company don't say to you that you don't have not been to 22 companies and that's why you should come here. So of course I am a very standing leading example, and I say this, I get goosebumps because I truly mean it, that this is a company, if you have zeal to do work even with some mistakes, this is the place. Okay. And when I say I can talk about a lot of policies, processes, but the good part is the best thing, no, Rakshita, we are heard. We have an equal opportunity voice. We have this. In fact, you know what's the difference? What is diversity? Diversity is not adding one more chair. When I say, okay, let me get my, in my leadership team, one more, increase the diversity. That doesn't mean I'll put one more chair. It means give me the voice to speak, right? That's the whole idea. So that is the difference we are trying to make. Okay. So absolutely, we have a lot of policies, we have a lot of processes, and beyond it, when you are in any room at whatever level you are in, you have the voice to speak. That's the difference.
Thank you.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you. I will pass.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
My name is Jyoti.
Ah,
I'm
Jyoti.
from tendering background.
Yeah.
So my question is, what will you seek in the potential candidates other than technical skills, like in their mindset or qualities? So what you will seek during the interview?
Yeah. So for us, it's very simple, my dear. Sincerity, respect, and pioneering spirit.
Okay.
Okay. So pioneering spirit meaning zeal to do more than actually what is written. Okay. And that defines a character of anybody, woman or not woman. It's very clear. It's any professional who's looking for a job. Sincerity towards what you deliver, and respect towards your workplace, your nation, to everything that you're surrounding you are around. So this is the soft skills that we look for going forward. Other than that, of course, we have other competencies like teamwork and collaboration, like people focus, like result orientation. So definitely, like all these things we also look for. But these are the cultural mantras or competencies of these three which we look forward in Hitachi Energy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll also take online questions. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I just had a quick question about any professional qualification holder.
Yeah.
So how do their growth look like? What is the exposure that we get, or in the aspect of team growth and even the hierarchy, or in terms of secondments or any sort of growth? I just wanted to know.
Sorry, your good name?
Kirti.
Kirti, huh? So thank you, Kirti. See, Kirti, growth can be different for different people, right? Because what you define growth, I might not, or like vice versa. One is, first of all, we are very clear, not everybody wants to grow vertically. Some people, I'm sure you also know some of your friends who want to grow horizontally. Like if like I might say I want to become a scientist. I don't need 10 people reporting into me, but I want to grow in terms of the knowledge base I have, but not really vertically. That's completely fine. So we have both the options, right? If you want to grow vertically, become team leader, manager, and going forward. But there can be different type of growth opportunities from that perspective. Second, we never in Hitachi Energy say that, okay, you have taken this job, now you wait 4 years and then only you take that next job. That itself makes most of the work easy for most of us, if you ask me, because then in that case you perform and you move forward. Gone are those days, right? I'm sure you will also not agree that somebody tell you be in the job for 5 years irrespective of your performance, and then when you take the next step. So that's where the whole idea comes from. Okay. And now so we have of course, I mean, we have a process to see how the performance is, but we also allow line managers to be very very open and really having that dialogue between them and their subordinate, because ultimately that is the most critical relationship in an organization, right? Because they define what you become eventually, right? And when say they define, meaning everybody need a catalyst, right? Of course, what eventually you become is you, but there's a catalyst needed, and that's the line manager. So we respect that sanctity of line manager and subordinate, but whether it's HR, whether it's anybody else, we are facilitators. We do facilitate, but the final calls is between two people, right? So like this, we have various operation processes, but the only thing which we don't do is we say you be in the role for 5 years and then only we can promote you. So that's definitely not our way of working. And I'm sure none of us like it today. You like it? No, right? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take one more and then we have online questions.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hmm.
I'm Sneha Chandra Devnath,
Yes, Sneha.
and I'm mechanical engineer.
Mhm.
So my question is, Hitachi Energy is basically, as we can see, that this is a electrical based company.
Hmm.
So what are the opportunities as a mechanical engineer can get when suppose they got selected in this company? How they will grow, or how is the like process a company should give to a mechanical engineer to become an electrical engineer?
See, this is true not just for mechanical engineer, it can be true for anybody for that matter. A finance person say I want to do HR, or HR person want to do finance. Of course, when you enter first in the organization, your qualification is important, whichever is your first organization. After that, it is truly your up to your prerogative how you define your career chart. I've told that before also, right? Obviously, you let's say you apply for certain job and that qualification needs electrical engineer. There's a good, I mean, I'm not saying it's 100% possible, but there is a chance that you appear for an interview and the manager says you have it in you, right? And you come into the organization. Then on the job, you adapt that skill of whatever needed for that job. For, of course, 3-4 years, you do the job. And then eventually, once you do the job, then you have the relevant experience. And then nobody says that, give me your mark sheet and I want to take it forward for you. But I can only tell you one thing. This is the organization where people have moved crisscross so much. Even in engineering sector, people from service has gone to project management has gone to engineering has gone to sales. So there's a lot of options, right? So when you are in the company, there is anything is not the limit. Like even people in HR has gone to business a lot and proved themselves and done great for their career. So that's what I'm saying. Within the organization, nobody asks your mark sheet and say, look, you can do it or not do it. It's up to you. If you're doing very good and they in a boardroom when you're sitting and you see a spark in a person in the numbers, why not? You can always say that I have my ambition. Yes, will it happen tomorrow? No. Probably you need to work towards it more. But this can happen. So, but as I told you, this is a very less boundary organization when it comes to your own career choice. That's the reason. If any of you join with us, and hopefully very soon in the future, and you come and talk to people, you will find n number of people who are 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in the company. Because once you come, you actually get so much in love with the organization, truly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know many of you have questions, but we have virtual attendees asking questions.
Yeah.
The first question is from Kavita. Kavita, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Kavita.
Hi, Neha. This is Kavita here. First of all, thank you for this event and your great words. So, I am basically an electrical engineer and I've done my MBA in finance, so trying to switch. But the question I would like to ask you is as a women employee and you have like 15 plus years of experience, what is that one key takeaway or advice you will give to all as women professionals for balancing work and personal family lives that and also to grow on our professional career ladder.
Yeah, thank you, Kavita, for this nice question. And this, so a couple of my team members are here as well. That's always I say to everybody: be yourself. Even when you go to an interview, tell what you want and tell who you are. Okay, so don't say that for the sake of an interview or for sake of a conversation, for sake of getting a job or for promotion. Don't try and be something which you are not. And when I say be yourself, it can be anything. It can be what gives you kick or what is your career anchor, right? My career anchor can be really going up the ladder, but if your career anchor is living in London, so be it. My important thing is, please tell what you want to become and who you are. Okay, so it's very important, especially in the organization where you spend 12 13 years in a whole day. It's very very important, be yourself. We can't bluff ourselves for a longer time. So that's very very clear. If it's this one word, in fact, Kavita, I tell this to myself so many times, because we are in so much external scenario that sometimes we also tend to think, am I doing right, or should I need to change, or should I need to of course we all adapt with scenarios, but don't change your core. That would I will definitely say. Is it okay, Kavita? Okay.
All right, Kavita, I hope that answers your question. We will take one more from Aishwarya. Aishwarya, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yes,
Hi, ma'am.
Ashwarya. Yeah.
I'm Aishwarya. From your experience, what are some common mistakes candidate make that we should avoid?
Oh, that is very very confidential.
Okay.
That we don't give to anybody.
Okay, ma'am. Another question.
Yeah, no, I can answer that. I'm just good. I'm just kidding,
Okay,
Ashwarya.
okay.
Yeah. Are you, so when I say common again, common mistakes, if in an interview, which can go very wrong, of course. If they ask you Murphy's law and you give Newton's law, that can be really a very bad mistake to do for an engineer. But having said that, when it comes to personality mistakes, again, I would always repeat that you try and be something which you are not. You try and portray on to be something, because if you want to get the job and set up a whole setup which saying, yeah, for example, if an organization says, look, this job needs you to be in the office full time, and for the sake of the job, you say I can be there, and but later on, your life scenario doesn't allow you to do so. So any of those things which is not your cup of tea, don't do it. Okay, and that's where I also feel, because we are mostly women in the room, I can say that that's where we feel, if we try and be what we are not, after a certain point, we miss that chair in the room. We miss that chair in the boardroom, where we are having voices. Okay, so this is where the difference is. If we feel it, say it. If you don't like it, say it. Okay, and if this job is not meant for you, anything else will be, but don't be something else. Okay, that's very very clear. I think, guys, lot of problems. For second of all of you think, forget about office, even in your personal life, the time you are not yourself, things starts going bad, right? Isn't true? Right? Of course, sometimes being yourself can be a little bit, people don't like it for some time, but eventually it works, right? True. Yeah. Yes, Ashwarya. Yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute, Ashwarya. Somebody has to unmute her. Yeah.
I have another question, ma'am.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone looking to build a long-term career in the industry?
Long-term career in the industry.
I mean, in this industry, Hitachi Energy.
In Hitachi Energy, keep updating yourself. Okay, keep becoming your better version when it comes to technology. We were talking about AI a lot in the morning. It's people ask me that with AI replace jobs. AI will not replace jobs, but AI will replace people who don't know AI along with their jobs. So that is very important. So nothing can replace emotions, guys. Nothing can replace human beings. But if we don't become our better version, we were talking a lot about skill sets, becoming our better version. So if you don't do that, then of course you can't have a long term game. Somebody much younger than you will come and will have much more smarter, much more vision and replace you. So that's very clear, important. And I'm sure some of you who said to me they have 14 years experience, 15 years experience, I can write and give it to you. When I meet people who join us as management trainee, they are much more smarter than me. So if I don't, and I have to stay relevant and stand on a stage and talk to them, then I better get my better version. So that is very clear. Otherwise, people don't like you, clearly. I mean, you at least don't see you as leader. Yeah. Yes, Ashwarya? Okay, good.
Okay, we have one last question. Hemlata, we are ready to take your question. Please unmute yourself and please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Neha. I'm Hemlata.
Yeah, Hemlata.
I'm an electrical power system engineer. I would like to say, as a woman who's starting their career in engineering, what is the main advice you would like to give to be a strong career in their field?
Anybody who's starting their career, it's very important that to have endurance, guys. Okay, the life is long, right? I mean, life is long and life is beautiful. So endurance is one thing which I feel, because nothing is easy, nothing comes on platter, right? We all have our shares of problem. So it's very important that from a long-term vision perspective, things will change. There's not all good days, not all days are good days. So be ready for those not so good days, and that will come with endurance, discipline. That's another thing. So there's no shortcut to hard work, guys, and that is very clear. In fact, sometimes when Akilur is here, when we have the conversations, and I'm sure there are some Gen Zs in the room. Can you raise the hand? Okay, very likely they're raising. So the Gen Zs in the room, do you believe there's a shortcut to hard work, or you still believe hard work is important? It's important, right? Oh, thank God. So we have at least a thinking match, because a couple of them, when I met, they said, I want to have a Mercedes, but I'll not work more than 4 or 5 hours. So I don't know how it works. Probably somebody will crack it someday. But I truly feel, looking at from my lens, that hard work, there's no shortcut. Each one of, tell me any CEO of biggest company, or tell me any cricketer. Do you know Sachin Tendulkar had 60 surgeries? I've read in his autobiography, 60 surgeries. Do we all know even one stitch, if somebody tells us, okay, take it now, can we really take it very willingly? So 60 surgeries, 60 times going in operation theater. So if he don't become Sachin Tendulkar without that, and forget about all other hard work in terms of endurance, discipline, all of that, but just that. So that clearly shows that there is no shortcut. If you want to be Sachin Tendulkar of your field, then there is no shortcut. So that's what I'll tell, my dear. That's my mantra, at least. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much,
All
all
right.
of you, for asking the questions. Thank you, Neha. Can we have a big round of applause, everybody? All right. We will now move on to the next segment. But before that, the next one is the panel discussion. I know there's a lot of info overloaded for you, is it? But I'm sure that has given you a sense of clarity, everybody. Okay. All right. Before we move to the panel discussion, shall we have some fun, everyone? Yeah? Okay. I know there must be, let's do a talent show. How many singers here? I'm sure all of you are singers. Well, bathroom singers. That it is. How many of you are singers here? Or you want to sing a song? Any one of you? Come on. No? Okay, any secret talent today that you want to show off? Okay, no, I see that. All right. Well, I have some tongue twisters for us. Yeah, let's try this. I'm just gonna come to any one of you. Let me get someone from the back. Okay. Hi, ma'am. What's your name?
I'm Tejaswini.
Tejaswini, just for fun, I'm gonna give you a tongue twister line. Okay, ready? Okay, you have to say it fast, all right? Well, we're talking about women, we're talking about inclusion. So, similar to that, women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom. Can you repeat that?
Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom.
Okay, she's a pro. Give it up for her, everyone. That was good. I want to try one more with someone. Hi, ma'am. Let's try. Women who win work with wisdom.
Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom. Women who win work with wisdom.
Okay, fantastic. Is this too easy? I want to give you a harder one. Is that okay? Okay, let me come to the other side. All of you are engineers here? Yeah? Okay, so I have something to do with that. Hi, ma'am. What's your name?
Vaishnavi. All right.
Hi, Vaishnavi. Are you ready? Okay, this is engineers energize endless energy efficiently. That's hard. Okay, I'll just repeat it. Engineers energize endless energy efficiently.
It is very difficult here. Engineers, what? You just repeat it. Engineers energize, yeah. Endless energy efficiency. Engineers energize endless energy efficiency. Engineers energize endless energy efficiency.
Thank you so much for trying. Give it up for her, everyone. I want a pro person who can try this. Any volunteers who want to try this? Who is it? How about someone from the panelists, sir? Would you like to try? Just give it a go. Okay. So I would repeat it. Engineers energize endless energy efficiently.
Engineers energize endless energy efficiently.
That was so good. Give it up for him, everyone. Okay, fantastic. I love how all of you are being such a sport. I have one more, okay? All right. I want to go somewhere in the middle. I don't want you to feel left out, you know? I see people hiding from me, is it? Okay. Hi, ma'am. What's your name? All right, Shweta. This one's for you. Ready? I think this is easy. Powerful people powering powerful projects. Powerful people powering powerful projects.
Powerful people powering powerful projects. Powerful people powering powerful projects. Powerful people powering powerful projects.
Okay, that was fantastic. Everyone, that's lovely. All right, we will now begin the panel discussion. Are we all ready? Yes? All right. Everybody, the theme of this discussion is Women Leaders Driving Innovation in Engineering and Energy. The theme resonates with what we are actively witnessing and building together. And to make this even more meaningful, I invite all of you to start reflecting. If you have to ask an honest question about growth, leadership, what would it be? Think about it, and we will come to that shortly. And for the panelists, we have the following leaders with us. Thank you, everyone. So again, for the panel discussion, we have the following leaders from Hitachi Energy. Ms. Neha Ahluwalia, CHRO India and APEC, whom we met earlier today during this brilliant welcome note. Mr. Akilur Rahman, Chief Technology Officer, who is leading technology, digitalization, and innovation toward Hitachi Energy's market and customer in India and supporting market and innovation in APEC. Mr. Ram Kumar D, Senior Vice President, Great Power Quality Solutions, who has been leading the company's substantious product group for close to a decade, driving its digitalization initiative through data monitoring, analysis, and predictive maintenance. And guiding this conversation, we will have Ms. Reema Santosh, Employer Brand Hub Lead, India and APEC, our moderator. Can we have a huge round of applause for everyone? Fantastic. Love the energy. Reema, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anjali, and thank you so much, everyone, today. But first, wow. So I have a very, very exciting panel on a Saturday morning, with us, big leaders with us who are changing the world. So thank you, everyone. So moving on to the topic. Women leaders driving innovation in engineering and energy. So innovation is a big word. And today we are going to hear what that actually means and how do you really drive it as a woman. So to you, Neha, the first question as an HR leader, I would want to ask you, this question is all about empathy. Energy and engineering are high pressure jobs. I would say not just energy and engineering, there are high pressure jobs in every profiles. So these are very performance driven sectors as well. So as leader, how can you embed empathy into these environments, but without, trading off the performance and the productivity?
Thank you, Rima. And indeed, a very great panel. Thank you, Ram, and thank you, Akilur, for taking this time out. And thank you, hello, everybody. Once again, I'm talking since morning, of course. But so the thing is, empathy at workplace can only work when empathy comes with accountability. Okay, so if the accountability is there, eventually things do work out. From where we see in Hitachi Energy, when you are the master of your own area, irrespective of whatever level that you are in the organization, if you own, or let's say if it's as simple as an Excel file given to you, or a small project given to you, you own it up completely. In fact, it's a very common thing, and I'm sure Akilur, you will relate to me. If you go to any induction group, let's say 50 people, every 20-30 will be people who have returned back to us, and after leaving the company, and you ask them why you have returned back, one thing they say is freedom to work. And that freedom to work comes from accountability. And when accountability comes, eventually empathy happens. Of course, we have our real web in terms of how we deal with areas of all the policies that we spoke about, in terms of focusing on areas which, whether it is care, when it comes to women returning back from maternity, whether it's menstrual leave. So we really focus on all those areas anyways, as a world-class organization. But we have a very special area which don't allow productivity to go down, but you are the master of your own field. Decide how you want to operate, you do your deliverables, and then the world is yours.
Okay, Neha, thank you for that. So next question is for you, Akilu. As energy system becomes more software defined, so this is going to be very technical, and data driven, do you think this shift creates a new opportunity for women leaders to influence innovation differently compared to the traditional heavy engineering roles?
Thank you, Rima. Very interesting question. And energy, if you talk about, so the digital also, today everybody's talking about digital automation software. Energy, especially power system, has been the earliest adopter of software and automation technologies. From 80s, 70s, 80s, right from the beginning of the mainframe computer, digital computer, we have been using the software and automation and digital. So it's not new. although looks like, you know, electricity flows like that in a wire, but it is controlled, it is protected by the software, which is 20 times more complex than any IT software. You talk about ERP and business systems and all, 20 times more, you know, complex embedded software. And just to tell you how the electricity flows, it's electron, both data and electricity, they flow through electrons. And electricity flows at the speed of light. So if you generate electricity in Leh Ladakh, which is also going to happen now, it is happening, and you want to have the electricity in Kanyakumari, it takes only 13 millisecond. 1 millisecond is 1,000th part of a second. 13 millisecond speed of light, electron flows. That is what we control using software, digital. So the core, our core is there as automation and software. On top of that, digital also we have brought in, and also on top of that now the data science, AI, ML. And it is not just for our own products and solutions, technologies to the customer, but also internally we are doing the same. We are using the automation, the software, digital for our own operation, with be it finance, HR, supply chain, and engineering of a project, design simulation, how to design, create a digital twin. So I was doing that in 90s, actually using the software to create a simulation of a particular transformer or switchgear or substation, the entire network. So I think opportunities are there. They are much more now. And I see that now everybody is, digitally savvy. We have to. And I also heard many questions on AI. I think it's not just directly jumping into AI. We have to have the base. Whatever you are doing, whether you are from finance, business administration, business management, or engineering, or science, the core is very important, because that gives you the deterministic algorithms, logics, you have to develop. And on top of that, you have to have the automation in place so that you get the data, be it a real-time system, automation system in the customer side, SCADA, energy management system, automation, robotics, IoT. And then on top of that, you can also use the AI, ML. So the deterministic algorithms we have been developing as Hitachi Energy. You might be knowing that Hitachi Energy's legacy, we are more than 140 years. And some time back, somebody asked Microsoft CEO, what is your wish for your company, Microsoft? Long-term wish. So you are developing so many technologies, software and all. He said, I wish Microsoft survives for 100 years. It is still not 100 years. And we are 140 years. And then we have seen, as a company, as a legacy, we have seen 2 world wars, 2 industrial revolutions. We call it industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So actually 3 industrial revolutions we have seen as a company. And many economic disasters, recessions, pandemic, 2 big pandemics, still the company has survived. And that's because of innovation. And continuously innovating with the technology, but also the process. I'm not just saying that only technology or product innovation is important. The process of finance, business management, supply chain, HR, everybody. I think I talked about 140 years, and I'm proud that I'm in the company for 37 years, more than 3.5 decades. People many times ask, how can you survive? And I'm not just a core engineer, electrical engineer. And right from the day one when I was studying, doing my master's, I was doing digital. Writing software, digital simulation, I was doing when I was doing my master's. So I had both electrical engineering as well as digital together, software together. And I think the company provides, as Neha also talked about, freedom, flexibility, and you go on doing your work, whatever you have been assigned, but you can always think about innovation. creativity, how you can make it better. I think that's what kept me motivating always, you know. Of course, I was working on the product development, design, engineering, but every time I was also, and also not only me, also people around me, I think everybody. And nobody stops you to innovate, have some creativity in your work, not only your work, any other areas, products, solutions, systems, operations. Um, and today, if you see, I gave the example of how we have been and also the power system, the earliest adopters of digital technology. And I gave the example of electron. Both data, digital, as well as electricity, they flow through electrons. As Hitachi Energy, we have best of both the worlds. Energy, which is transforming, which is booming, because we have to move to the electrical energy, renewable energy. And digital, you know, that's also booming. So Hitachi Energy is one of the few companies which has both energy and digital. And I see that as women employees, because everybody has you have your own creativity, you have your own thinking, cognitive skills, and you can always learn. You have already learned, you have been educated, you can learn the tricks, automation, automate it, and then have the data science, data analytics, AI, ML on top of it, and then do whatever, whether you are in finance, whether you are in SCM, HR, or in engineering, or in design, in automation. So you can always use these digital technologies. And we are here, and we have almost 4,000 technologies working on the global engineering and R&D from India. So you can have the access to so many people to share or to learn from, and also improve your own skills, use new technologies, and always, and many times we'll come to that. I think AI is something which is very one side there are people who are concerned about it, other side people are very excited, some people are also apprehensive, what will happen to me if I don't learn AI, do coding. I think we'll come back to that. But I see that with all these landscape, Hitachi Energy has a huge opportunity for all of you to make your career, also grow your career by learning. I mean, that's what I have been doing. Of course, one side is, of course, the positions and all, but the other side is also the intellectual satisfaction, what you can get by achieving something, doing something creative, achieving it, and seeing that it is being used in the company, in the operations. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So Akilur, just touch basing. I mean, I just wanted to reinforce your, you're 37-year-old, probably in 1989. Yes. And just to understand for all of us here, that time I'm definitely sure that women representation were like even lesser, much lesser. I just want you to tell us, if possible, how was it like at that time versus what is it now?
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, when I joined 1989, I joined in our Baroda R&D center. So that used to be the R&D center there. So I joined there. And I distinctly remember two things. One, so we used to have Rekha Subramaniam, you know, right? So she was there as marketing of automation relays, yeah. And I was positively surprised. She was very smart, you know, doing marketing for, you know, conventional technology, core technology and all. That's one part. I mean, very positive impression. But it was not there all around the organization. It was there only in some businesses, maybe by coincidence or. But by design, there was also another one. We had which is called intelligent electronic devices relays. They are electronic devices with controllers, with embedded software, with logics and all those, very sophisticated. So that manufacturing we had in Baroda, and the manufacturing line, the assembly line, right from getting the chips, controller, and assembling, testing and all, in that almost, I think there are 200 women working in that.
Okay.
Almost 95%.
Okay.
You go to the to the assembly line. So you see all women. That was also very, very positive surprise for me. Of course, that was by design. I mean, the leaders that time, they thought, why not we have, because this is something electronics. I mean, those days people used to always differentiate heavy engineering or, light engineering, electronics engineering. So that's why somebody said, okay, why not we have that? And then that was really good. And now I see that the intent now is all around the organization. I think Neha talked about, Venu also talked about. And the myth that time, heavy engineering, software engineering or whatever, so that is no more there, because even if we do heavy products development, manufacturing, but it's not that you have to really hold and then lift it and all. So the automation is there. You only have to use your creativity, your skills and engineering to get the things done in the manufacturing, because they're all automated, having robots, having all these processes in place. And we also have a lot of women now in the manufacturing assembly line with so-called heavy engineering, we call it. And our intent is that we can, I mean, once you go and see our factories, you can be definitely excited about it, maybe appreciating that, yes, you can still work there, learn a lot and grow your career. And that's the difference.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
one specific business line where we see a lot of women to now the entire organization is behind this.
That is a big thing. Let's give us applause for this. So in 1990s, having 200 women at shop floor level, and the vision is going on at every level. So thank you so much for this, Akilur. Next question is for you, Ram. So again, we are again talking about women and how are we going to improve the representation of women. So the question is like this. The energy and the grid infrastructure space has historically seen lower representation. I'm talking about the sector, and we are the leading ones. We are doing good. But let's say about 1/5 of the energy workforce, according to IEA. So what role do leaders like you play in actively to enable and accelerate women's participation in such high impact roles?
Thank you, Rima. First of all, a very good morning to everyone and welcome to the Hitachi Energy. It's nice to see, this type of generation, and then showing interest in the energy sector. Closer. Okay. As we see that the energy sector is going for the massive transformation. I think there is no doubt about it when we see that our MD as well as every sector says, another next 10 years or even something like even next 25 years, we see the massive transformation in the energy sector. And out of which, as Rima said, less than 20% of the women in this sector, they are working on in this critical mission. Actually, if you see on Indian population, it's closer to 50% of the women population, which means if we are not going to take action, then it's going to be the big in terms of it's not only the diversity gap we are going to see on the lack of talent pool, as well as we are going to see the lack of innovation also. That's going to create a real vacuum in this field. And if you not take action, it's going to create a problem in terms of we are really literally obstacle to the nation's growth. So as a leaders, I think some of the actions, I think as a we take it, it's not only on intent, I think less intent, more on accountability. Like as a project business, I have been spent more than 30 years in the project business. See, for us, it's it's safety, quality as well as delivery are the most licensed to operate for this. In the same vigor, in the same way, I think we need to push this, the women's participation, in this segment. Actually, I think that's the way we need to review. But that's the first one I think we need to see on it. And the next one, I think I know it's 1990s, 90s, getting the women's in the especially in the project segments. We have to provide the environments also, right? I think that's also one of the key area. It's easy for you people to work in the offices, or in the factories, but especially in the projects where the energy really, where you make the generation as well as in the distribution happening. So there we need to have provide the clear environment, I think, and then providing the flexible hours, providing those, the mobility. I think that's the key. I think what as a leaders we need to see work on it. The next one, it's it's not the really intent is on the safety, right? it's not only about the physical, it's all about the psychological safety also, which is a key for you people, to come forward and then to, to go ahead with this actually. So, and then having the inclusive behavior at sites, which is real non-negotiable. I see as what we see in our organization, it's a non-negotiable at site level actually. I think these are some of the basic things, and then and then show the it's not only the giving them the sponsorship, giving them, guiding them, allowing them to take the in the front role, like customer centric roles. I mean, it's this is a segment, like it's not like now what we see in the traditional way. It's the kind of segment what we see is it's not like this way or other way. All innovative ideas and everything, which is it's really diverse opinion, which is a key. So when we work on those aspects, I am 100% sure that we can increase the participation, Rima. I mean, no, and then that's the way I would like to drive as a personally. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Great vision. And I actually want to reinforce on the fact that psychological safety is very important. And we as women are more emotional. We are scientifically more emotional with a lot of mood swings that keep changing. So I think this is very important. And coming back to that point, this question is for you, Neha. There is often unspoken pressure for women leaders to adapt to existing leadership styles. Now we talk about the psychological safety, the styles, the way of working. So do you believe women are redefining leadership in engineering? And if yes, what does that look like in practice for you?
Thank you, Rima. So, of course, I mean, expectations is everywhere, not just with women, but with each one of us as individual. But once John Lebanon said that there is nothing under the sun which has never been done. What is not done is your version of it. So this is where I think makes the difference for all of us, where we are working on our version of what has been even done, let's say, for example. So this is where I think from Hitachi Energy point of view, it's very important that we provide that safety, we provide that culture of reward, recognition, we give that opportunity of speak up culture, for that matter. We really focus on that. And then if you have a culture of speak up, in fact, so to say, our CEO, Mr. N. Venu himself, when he goes to every single location, whether it's factory or office, he actually have a session with all the women employees with just focusing on speak up culture. Speak up if you feel it's not fair. You speak up if you feel you are not feeling safe, or any of those elements as well. So these kind of environments with regular effort, it doesn't happen with one initiative, one process, one HR head doing it. It really doesn't happen. It has to happen at all levels. And when I say we do at leadership, we also really tell that to be done at all levels, like including the layers, the team leads level and everything. Because that one message, if from leadership is given straight, that if anything is not okay, then we believe that you will speak up and we will give you resolution. Justice delayed is justice denied. So we totally believe in it. So we don't want to delay any justice, and then things are really taken care of. That kind of psychological safety, and that is the reason, Rima, at least I particularly feel, being associated with this company from long time, is that people probably, I mean, of course, people live as I told, everybody has a career anchor. Somebody's want to stay for technology, somebody want to stay for a location, somebody wants to stay for money, but one of the elements which is really standing apart for us is this piece of psychological safety, where we don't ask people to change themselves, we don't ask them to change their leadership style, whether it is a very inclusive leadership style or even an autocratic style. Again, there is nothing wrong, but the important thing is nobody should be felt left out. Nobody is voice is not heard. So that's kind of messages is there given across. We are also not the company where we say that, okay, this is the position you only hire a female for, because we also don't want to be seen an organization which only prefer clearly a gender. We have been living from almost last 4 or 5 years something called as diversity 360, which typically means diversity is not gender diversity, right? Diversity is in everything you do, right? And we look at yourself, that we are all also diversity 360. We all have different flavors that we like. We all like different type of clothes. So that applies to everything we do in the organization, whether it's choosing your own career, whether it's choosing your own promotion, whether it's choosing your next job, whether you choose to even go outside the company. At the end of the day, we respect all those decisions with clear intention of psychological safety.
Okay, just adding on to that, Neha. So you mentioned about women leaders coming in, practicing their way of style. So just also wanted to check, like, what are the shifts that you hope to see in how this leadership is practiced in energy sector, specifically being the SEHR of energy sector, and how are they balancing performance, inclusion, and long term? What is the steps that you have been witnessing, because it's a good way for us to understand that you have like future women leaders here out there. So
Yeah, Rima, very well said. Because see, to what Akilur said, how many 37 years back we had 200 females on the shop floor. With that, did in the energy sector, and I'm not talking about Hitachi Energy, if we were at that momentum, that side, did we really built on that momentum over years in this industry? I don't really think so. We could have done much more, 37 years from where to where we have come, guys. But do we really see it's very easy to get women on shop floor in engineering industry? And not just for us, forget about we hiring, but just the availability per se, in terms of the academia, in terms of everything. Do we have a bulk of availability? Yes, it's better, but it's not really with that momentum. So if you ask me one question, what we could have done better, we would have capitalized on this momentum, which it was there in 89, that if we would have followed this momentum, we would have been sitting with 50% gender diversity, but we couldn't. But it's okay, it's never too late. In last 4 or 5 years, I've seen a sea change, what is happening. In fact, in Baroda, where our factory is, very close to that, we have even go to villages and talk to the families of those female candidates and make them comfortable, get them to office and make them understand that how safe this place is and how nice for their daughters to work here. So we have gone to that an extent. I feel we have done it, but will in this 2026 we should do it still in this country, is a question we should ask, right? I mean, today people should really do it on their own, and I think it's getting better. But we as an organization has gone every time extra mile to take it further from there. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So we have done that quite a lot. We are still doing it, especially even areas that are not tapped, like the northeast side and towards the west. So it's happening. We are there. But what is most important is we need women to grow. And it's not just like we are providing or we are giving you experience or chances or opportunities. We need you. So that is exactly what we are trying to reinforce here. Your talent matters. So moving on to the next question for you, Akhilur. In your experience in building global R&D and AI/ML driven systems, how does gender diversity, especially in women technical leadership roles, actually influence the quality and direction of engineering and innovation for Hitachi Energy?
Yeah. Again, I had the opportunity that in 2002 we established the global R&D for ABB, our predecessor, my legacy. So that time we also hired some women employees, and of course they had some experience, but then I could see that they are creative and they're also multitasking. And that's a general thing I have seen at my home and everywhere, that whether my spouse or wife, sister, multitasking. I mean, we all men, we just one or two tasks, but then you can have, I think that's something which is very important now. It has been important now also because as you see, Venu talked about how the energy sector is growing. We have to do a lot of things, productivity improvement and all. I think this multitasking approach and also what characteristic you have, that's really very important. Second thing is analytical. In terms of, I'm not talking directly about R&D or technology, because see, that is something we do, but I strongly believe that in R&D we do innovation, innovating a product, develop a new product, new software, new solution. But it's not always a monopoly of R&D organization to think about creativity, innovation, and development. I think everybody can innovate in your respective roles, in your function, whether you are in finance, HR, engineering, manufacturing, assembly, testing, and of course R&D. So everywhere the scope is there, and that is how I have been also interacting with people from different functions, different businesses within Hitachi Energy, also sometimes outside, that you all have the cognitive skills, the multitasking approach, and doing something very meticulously. So that's very important to think about some new idea, do some piloting, and then implement it. And that's there. And also you can connect with different people from your team, not only your team, but also other teams to do. And coming to, you talked about AI, ML. I always say that it's, today the industry is talking about AI is everything, and there are a lot of people, they think that, oh, with AI, my job, I'm just going to individual. My job is at stake because, see, what I'm doing today, somebody can just use the chat GPT to put the question, the answer will be there. So that nobody will come to me for that work. Yeah. It will be all automated and all. That's not true. You know that I'm giving a very common example where you all are aware. Everybody has taken a flight, and the flight. And aviation industry, the flights, the aeroplanes, they had this autopilot function for many years. So that means a flight can fly without even manual intervention. Okay. So autopilot, it can fly, it can land, everything. I also talked to some pilot. Is it so? They say, yeah, it's like that. But you still find two pilots there, always in there. Because that's about the human judgment. Although a lot of common things it is done by autopilot, but they are there to handle any crisis, to monitor the flight is in the right path, it is doing that. So there are certain things which are outside this algorithm, or you can say the formula of a flying, flying. I think that's important to have the human judgment. So that will never be replaced by AI. So AI is predefined, it is also pre-programmed, but human judgment is very important. So in this, coming back to how we see the innovation using AI, ML, or I think the main thing is the core education, whatever you have, finance, business management, or engineering, or science. That's very important, and that gives us, we all use, let's say a very simple example, the profit and loss calculation. We have a formula, and you put the data there, you will get the result 100% right? And 100% of the time, it will never be probabilistic. So that's called deterministic. So it's always correct all the time. And whether it is in science or engineering, electrical engineering, we have circuit theory, we have the network calculation, we have the loss calculation, Kirchhoff's law, they are all deterministic algorithm. That's very much required for the operation, whether our internal operation or our customer process or finance or HR or whatever. Then on top of that, there is something called, you have a lot of data coming, the environment data and all, where we used to always use make the human judgment. There actually we can use AI. AI ML is something not deterministic. Nobody can tell you that AI, if you put a question, that is 100% right and 100% of the time. So it's called probabilistic. So it may say, okay, 50% chances that this is the answer, 60%, 70%, but it will never be It will never be 100% like a deterministic algorithm. So, but we need both, as I said, for the core operation, whether it is a power system, electric grid, transformers, switchgear, substation, that needs the deterministic algorithm, the software, IoT automation. On top of that, we also need this probabilistic AI ML, which will improve the situation. Also, use the human intelligence. So that's why I call it, for me, AI is not artificial intelligence, it's augmented intelligence. Augmenting the intelligence of human being as well as machine. So you, whether whatever function you are, if you're using AI, please use your judgment, own analytics, and also use what is coming out of the chat GPT, but not blindly, because the day you think that, okay, I can put the question and get the answer, I can then I think the apprehension that the job is at stake is there. Whereas it is not. I mean, we have to always move to the next step, that okay, a lot of things we are doing today that can be done with automation, and then we become specialized people who can use AI, who can use automation data to really improve the process, product or system or operation. Yeah.
Yes. So just since you've mentioned this AI and the opportunities that we have, can you just give us some more information about, since you've worked on smart grids and energy transition, digitalization. So what do you think is the biggest opportunity for women engineers? But I would say nowadays it's not just women engineers, for anyone or any leaders to shape the future of energy in a very meaningful way. What is the biggest opportunity or the things that are coming right now that you see, and maybe what's the future like?
Yeah. I talked about the electric grid, the India's electric grid, which is world's largest synchronous grid, in the sense from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Assam to Gujarat. So the entire country is networked, connected with all the sensors, actuators, controllers, devices, equipment. There are millions of equipment devices that are all connected in real time, and it's in millisecond, which is the data coming, and then with that our automation is working. And on top of that, we have now the possibility of using machine learning, AI, ML, because we are moving more and more towards renewable energy like solar energy, wind, where of course we can predict, but we can't be sure that 100% and another 1 hour 100% the sun will be there at this intensity. So this is nature. I think we can bring in AI, ML to predict that. At the same time, there are, with so many assets there, with so many equipment working, and then what is the health of a transformer? Technical health, I'm talking about transformer or switchgear or substation. So that also is driven by the physics of how the transformer is working in engineering, for example, how the transformer is converting the power from one voltage to other voltage, and what's happening inside the transformer with insulation, with heating, with the coils, with the induction, electrical induction. And with that, whether there is any deterioration of insulation or deterioration of the core or the material or equipment or component. Because if, let's say, one transformer fails suddenly, so it can leave one district or one city out of power, blackout. You have seen sometimes some areas, suddenly you see blackout, and you might have heard that, oh, transformer has blasted or burnt. And just imagine if that happens in a bigger transformer in a power plant, it can really, be making the entire area blackout. I think these are the areas where we need human with AI, ML, with human intelligence, machine learning together to really have the prediction of the equipment, the malfunction. I mean, before it fails or before it malfunctions, you get to know that, yes, there is some problem, so that it can be maintained, it can be. And the same thing is applicable also to non-engineering, finance, HR. In HR, something called, we used to, I mean, in research earlier, I mean, 10 years back, we used to do sentiment analysis. Like when the employees or customers or anybody who is giving you feedback, and you have feedbacks from thousands of people, customers, and people use different terms, different sentences, different words, and how do you get the sentiment of the people overall? I think that is what, again, another application of AI/ML which you used to do in our corporate research, and it'll tell you, and it'll also calibrate. So, for example, when we are doing this global, sentiment analysis customer, so in the US, people always say, I mean, if something is good, they say great, excited, and all those. And the same thing, if you go to Finland, I'm just giving Finland, European country, one of the, so the same thing they will express as okay. So just see, and then in India also we have, I think it was also sort of calibrating that, okay, it's really good, really great, or it is because in some country this feedback is coming. I think these are the examples what are the things also in engineering and the all non-engineering areas which we can use. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that. So now I'm going into another question for you, Ram. This is about allyship. So in a traditional male-dominated sector, for example, energy, allyship plays a very crucial role. So what does meaningful allyship look like in practice for you, and what specific action can leaders take to create space for more women to lead critical innovation and and initiatives?
Okay, a good question, Rima. See, for me, allyship, it's less of intent, which we have discussed earlier. Also, it's more about bringing the accountability, or more about doing the actions on everyday's action. It's about giving them the exposure, in each and every field. What we have seen, I mean, as I said, of course, I'm from 30 years in the project sites and everything. I can give you a simple example, like, how the people have changed the transformation when we give them the exposure. Previously, of course, 20 years back, I have never seen any of them even wanted to come for the, in the project business or the unit actually. Mainly, sometimes we see few people in the HR, as well as some people in the design aspects, substation design or something. But nowadays, what I see is that a lot of people are interested in the, coming to the project sites actually. So it's more about giving them the opportunity, giving them the empowerment, and then put across the critical mission critical projects, or with the customers, direct facing customers. So what we have seen is there's a lot of changes and improvements at the site levels also. Like even talk about we are talking about AI and all these things. See, especially the project sites we used to have, right? You all assume something. Yes, we prepare the drawings and documents in the in the system, and then we put across to the sites. When we do the physical installation or the physical works, see, that could be what is available at the site levels and everything. It could be completely different. So what has been changed? What has been by the this? It's just what we have seen. It's again, it's come from the one of the management trainees. Why we cannot put across this in the 3D model or something like that, right? And then we analyze it, how we are going to physically do this. So I mean, like this, a lot of innovation, what and lack is actually. So when we practice such a small things, everyday's activities consistently, when we do this, I think it creates a ripple of effects actually. In fact, it gives the confidence, and it gives us changes the cultural shifts actually. So I mean, this, and with this, when the when women participation increases, and what we see is it's not only the increase in the participation, they're going to lead also. That's exactly what we have seen it and it is going to increase the business also grows stronger with this. That's what I mean.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So this is very important, allyship, and so is mentorship. So again, this question is for you, Ram. With your work across system integration strategies, digital substations, and smart port electrification, what changes are needed in how we develop and mentor women engineers, especially, to prepare them for leadership roles in evolving energy ecosystem?
Okay, it's a great question. See, the kind of the energy evaluation, what the changes, right? What we see now, we call it a smart city, or the port electrification, or the digital AI in this world. See, it's completely different, right? I mean, it's many of us, including us, me actually, we have never grown up in this scenarios, in this, it's completely different now. So it's again, if you as a leaders, as a, we nobody is perfect, right? And then I can tell you, nobody is expert in this field also, the new areas, new application. It's all about connecting the dots across customers, technology, or the the suppliers or the ecosystem. So that's exactly the things actually. It's evolving field actually. It's a everyday learning for every one of us. It's no one is perfect. It's including, I mean, the top leaders who sits or whomever is anywhere. It's everyone is learning every day actually. So it's all about giving them the chance. The same is applicable to the women leaders or the women people who have come across in the new areas, new field. I was just referring the questions. I'm in the elevator design. How I'm going to apply to the substation design. As Venu said, actually, it's not about the different. It's all about the basic things, applying your basics, and then adopt to the new areas. How we are going to do this. Yes, I think it's not going to be the easy to start with. It's definitely by hand holding, but then giving them the confidence, giving them the guidance. What we have seen, it's slowly they will grow up, and then they are able to do this also. So I mean, I think this is what we see in these new areas. See, in the new areas, new application also, there is no proper rule books, right? It's not like digital 0 or 1. It's all about giving them the complete space, listening to them, what are all the ideas. I mean, I can tell you, it's in the during the discussion meetings, some of the things. Man, it's every, I mean, people who are with the 30 years, 37 years experience, we learn every day. Okay, I think this can be adopted. This can be. So it's all about listening and then hearing out, and then leave about the legacy way of working, legacy style of working. Just go ahead and then giving them the space, and then and apply to this. And I'm sure, I think we will definitely lead, and then we'll success also.
Absolutely. And this is a culture here in Hitachi Energy. I personally have gone through it. So like 3.5 years back, when I was going through checks, are these the job, responsibilities that you had? My manager and my functional manager, I still remember today. See, we don't need to check everything. You will learn eventually. And just be yourself. We are there to help you. If something goes wrong, I'm there. So this is exactly the culture that we have been having in this organization. So this is my personal story, but I would like to hear a story from you, Neha, based on the same topic, like women leaders who often carry both visible and invisible responsibilities, expectations, mentorship, culture building, and emotional labor. So how has this shaped your leadership journey? This is about you. We would like to hear your story, and how can organizations better recognize and support this as an HR leader?
Yeah, thank you, Rima. First of all, everybody has a story. So, whenever, whenever each one of us have our own share of sorrows. So whenever I share with somebody, everybody say, "Oh my God," or how is it possible? Blah blah. But the important part is we all have a story. Somebody have health, somebody have money, somebody have family. I mean, their own share of pain, so to say. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I'll not talk about the pain and sorrow, at least, it's a nice Saturday morning. Having said that, in my story, in fact, I was never supposed to take HR. I have done my post-graduation MBA from a finance-focused college. Rather, all finance graduate must be doing ICFI Finance, right? ICFI Hyderabad, actually, I studied in. And that time 2005 4 time frame. So and that time when I entered the college thinking I will become MBA finance. So first year you don't elect the subject, right? Second year you elect the subject. So I thought, and then finally when actually, and I was a science graduate, so it's all mix and match combination and all of that. So, and then when I entered there first time, they say profit and loss. I thought, okay, that's it. I mean, this is this to do for entire life is definitely not my cup of tea. And there was, everybody used to used to tell me that that's a good college, but for finance. But in HR, nobody get the job from the campus. Or rather, very few people will get the job. It's a finance college, only finance, equity companies, and banks, and all that comes there. But when I was supposed to take the subject, I said, come what may, get job or no job, I cannot do whatever my other colleagues are getting kicked by doing so, because I really realized that's why people say that when you enter the college, like when you, let's say you, when you enter the MBBS, you can't say you will become a gynecologist, because you need to go through it to understand, what is your interest and stuff. So then when the final time came to take the subject, I said, let me take HR. Let's see what happens. And I took HR. And then finally, yes, it was true that there are not many companies for HR, but there were a couple on the day zero. HCL Technologies came, and they came to pick up only one person in HR, and to my luck, I got it. So on the day zero, in fact, for all my brilliant colleagues and classmates that time who were 99 CGP, almost, or maybe 110 CGP out of 100, they they were waiting till 4 months to get their placement. And all of after placement hardly people study, right? So I I got my job immediately, and then 4 months I just enjoyed my time. So yes, there are some things, of course, called as destiny. Some things is, of course, your hard work. But I also feel, along with all of that, what thing I had was, I was very clear by that time that this is what I want to do. And irrespective of if I don't even get the job from the campus, I surely knew I can do something with my life, with at least this education. So see, this is the whole thing, that don't divert your decisions based on college, based on your immediate external surroundings. You need to know what you like, because once you know what you like, what gives you kick, then nobody can stop you. And that was the day, and like that was the decision making day. I mean, to for me, to from the journey from there to becoming the CHRO, the last 18 19 years, it itself is shows the clear passion towards the subject itself, the passion towards my job itself. Because other than that, then nothing works. Like if you talk to Akilur, he can talk about technology for next 37 years without stopping, right, guys? And this is clear passion. uh, Whenever I have, Akilur's office is next to my office, and when I come and sit with next to him, believe me, you don't come out of the room having some good sense of some things by saying, oh my god, how he knows it. This clearly comes with, can I have a big round of applause for him, please? So can only happen with clear passion, clear direction, clear what you want to do. And he can actually add technology in an Excel file. I like go with an Excel file with him, and I come out with a solution which is technologically viable. So guys, this is where I think the difference between being a manager and a leader comes. Difference between leader and leadership comes. So these are the kind of differences. Please figure out pretty early in your age, because this is also true. It gets very late if you wait for one fine day when I will become a leader. We all are leaders in our own way, right? If you can decide, leadership is not a position, it's an attitude. Okay, so if you have an attitude at 25, then you have it. Otherwise, you don't get it at 45 also. So this is my real request to you, that have that attitude with you very, very early in your age, very secretly kept with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Neha. That's a very valuable insight. Having the attitude and carrying it right from the beginning of your career. So thank you so much for that. So moving on. I'm just we are conscious of time, and I think we need to close this panel discussion. But just one question for all of you. Maybe we can go one by one. As energy sector evolves towards smarter and more sustainable systems, what is one change you believe is critical to ensure more women are leading this transformation? Maybe with Akilur.
Yeah. I think the key skills which all the women they have, one I already talked about, the multitasking, and the second thing is analytical, which is very important. Not just using some tool to analyze something, but tool plus your own analytics, what you can do, and then that is what is important for the energy sector. For the power system to operate, also our products, our solutions, and also our internal operation in terms of whether it is HR, SCM, and finance or whatever. So everywhere this is very, very important. and that will also give you a lot of, I mean, this is, I gave my example why, you know, how I got motivated to continue is that you always have something new to learn, and you can also apply that to your area, and don't think that it is because you are not in R&D or technology, so you can't use technology or you can't do innovation. I think it's all about attitude. I mean, Neha talked about many times people tells me, doctor. I said, I'm not doctor, I'm not PhD, but why didn't you do PhD? You have, you know, I said, no, one thing is what is internal, you know, creativity that everybody has, you just use, and then you can make a big impact for the industry and also for the energy sector. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to hear your perspective as well, Ram.
Okay, I mean, for me, it's simple, right? You know, sustainable system needs sustainable leadership. I mean, and that leadership must be, you know, diverse by design. I think that's what I strongly believe. And then, thank you.
Great. So I think we are closing. Neha, would you want to add anything more towards what we have in the last question about what's more critical?
I mean, critical, I mean, skill set guys, we can multitask. I know we can, all of us can. So I think let's capitalize. There are certain things we are not blessed with, but there are certain things we are truly blessed with. So let's capitalize on our strength and forget the weaknesses. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Neha, Akilur, and Ram, for your valuable insights and the importance of women being in the organization, how we, contribute towards innovation and why you are needed, and what is most critical, the mindset, the leadership mindset that we have, the importance of inclusion, being accountable, and what you were mentioning, multitasking. Everything is important. And I think this is the key takeaway for all of us here today, at whatever stages you are in your career right now. So with this, I would close the session, and we are officially almost ending the event. So thank you so much for your time, for taking this Saturday morning till afternoon, on a weekend. This is really important. And thank you so much for us. Makes a lot of difference for us. So thank you again. Let's give a huge applause to everyone. Over to you, Anjali. The stage is all yours. But before that, I would just like to, give, the Akilur and Ram a small token. Neha, would you?
Just because Akilur and Ram is here, maybe one or two questions you want to ask before we just close? Yeah. There are a few questions we can let's take. It's a good chance for us to hear. Yeah. Yeah, actually, they get back to people and Q&A. They are here. They can be here. No problem. Yeah. Yeah, please. So please sit, have a seat.
We'll sit again, and we have that next session as Q&A anyways. So wherever you're comfortable, maybe the stage is open.
Once again, thank you so much to all the panelists for such a wonderful and engaging discussion. Everyone, can we have a huge round of applause for them? I would say this are wisdom coming from leaders with decades of experience. There was so much to take away from. So everyone, this is your chance. We have leaders again with so much experience. So please feel free to ask your questions, any doubts that you have. You want to start? All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Rasagya. The question is for Akilur. How was your journey from engineering to a leadership? And you have never left your engineering part with you. It was you took both the engineering and the leadership as a technology chief officer. So how was your journey, and what are the hiccups you have faced?
Coming to the position of leadership, it came automatically. I'll tell you, I mean, what Neha really said, leaders and leadership doesn't mean that you are just leading some people and some organization. I mean, right from day one, once you're out of college and you join something, so you have leadership quality in yourself. So whatever you are doing, if you start leading, then automatically it'll happen. And that is something, one quality I have never left. So keep learning. I mean, people say, oh, I mean, you are just saying like that for the sake of saying that you are learning, but really I'm learning every day. And not only just myself, going through studying, but also interacting with you, what you are thinking, what is there in your mind, what is there in customers' mind, what questions they are asking, how do we articulate as an answer, whether it's a technical answer or leadership or organizational answer. So I think the quality is very important, is analytical. I mean, you have to analyze whatever you are doing. One is that whatever you have, your role definition is that you do, but at the same time you continue analyzing the problem, seeing the environment, and also use that analytics result to come up with something new way of doing it. I think that is what is very important, and then the position will come automatically, I would say. And I have never actually looked forward to saying that, okay, I want this position. So it has come automatically because of, I think Neha knows it. So this is what happens in companies like this. So your talent, your ability, your skills, they are recognized. You keep working, you keep leading in your areas, I think automatically the position will come. And you don't have to really struggle hard to do this. Yeah, that's an important one. Yeah, I just give one example of I talked about Rekha Subramaniam when I joined. She was marketing it. She became head of one of the important business units, grid automation, and extremely well she managed that. And today, even after 4-5 years, I think 6 years, in our management committee, when he talks about that business, he says that's the benchmark. We used to achieve this much of profitability, revenue, operation, but we are still not there today. So she created that benchmark. I think this is, again, I have seen her through the career, how she has and the same thing I think she has shown
Absolutely,
in her work.
Akilur. It's not that she was only technical leader. She was woman of substance. And then everything around it comes automatically. So, I mean, we were kids, like literally when Akilur is telling you she was leading, imagine. So that time also, like, these are the kind of leaders that you are around, that you are surrounded with, makes a lot of difference. That's why I say it's an attitude. She must be having it from much more when she was a Gen Z, so to say. But that's the difference, right? This is where you create benchmarks and you leave the place with a legacy, and that's the whole idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's also give it up for her for asking the question. All right.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Tejaswini. So I am already a mechanical design engineer who is working in a clean energy domain. So how you have solar and wind energy, I'm working on a green hydrogen. So now my question is, what all I have to learn to be in a longer term as a R&D design engineer and to work in Hitachi, where green hydrogen is not yet introduced, right? So what all I should learn, like on the solar and wind energy, what all I can contribute and to be on a longer term in this R&D engineering.
Green hydrogen is, of course, let me start with that area. Of course, that's a very important area. It is evolving for the country, for us also, like Hitachi Energy, it's important. We also have come up with high flex. It's called green hydrogen fuel cell based storage, like energy, the diesel backup power. So it's like that. Ram Kumar's business is handling that. But once you have learned the mechanical design, engineering, simulation, you might have used some 3D multiphysics, tools to design something, test, and I think that's important. And here in Hitachi Energy, although we are electrical engineering, but then when you go to the project side, there are a lot of mechanical aspects, design aspects, simulation, they're there. And also when we design transformers, so then we do the multiphysics, finite element modeling, simulation, design. Because transformer is such, I talked about, it handles sometimes power 300 MVA, 400, 500 MVA. One transformer fails, it can lead to blackout in a city. But then the failure can happen from mechanical flaws, design flaws. So that design we do in terms of simulation before even the product is developed, manufactured. That is done, and also at site when we install and operate it. So that time also we do the design analysis and all mechanical engineering. So that's how I think coming to R&D, you have opportunity. Once you have done that, I think definitely we are very open in terms of whether you are going to be in business, manufacturing, engineering, or it can be R&D. I think this opportunity, I have been gone through different departments in my career. Although I started R&D, but I also went into engineering, into consulting, into different areas. So that opportunity is there. And mechanical engineering very important for us because we have very, very large projects where electromechanical area is very important. If there is anything happening on the mechanical side or electrical side, the entire system can be at risk. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's also give it up for her, everyone, for asking the question.
No. Just to add up, since she was talking about the mechanical, see, the point is the interface, right? That which is a key for any of this project. It's being a system integrator, and we need the interface, electrical, mechanical, not including the civil also. So we have expertise. We need the people expertise in all these fields, so that we can have an effective systems. When we talk about charging from Kanyakumari to Kashmir within the millisecond, within the seconds we have to do this. I think the interface is a key actually. So being we are the system integrator with being a system designer. I think all these aspects are the must actually.
So I'm very happy that even green hydrogen is getting introduced in Hitachi. And just one question is how long it would be? Like it will be like a solar and wind energy, or it will be just on the water side?
The main problem of green hydrogen is not from the technology side, but also the cost. That's the cost is very high, so people don't see that, okay, why they should pay 5 times more than the diesel backup, same power. But then diesel is fossil fuel and also strategically. But once there is an economy of scale, tens of hundreds of gigawatts of electrolyzer and green hydrogen is there, then the cost will come down from $5 a kg to $2 a kg. So that time you will see more of the same way as solar. 10 years back, solar was very expensive, and also battery energy was very expensive. But then as it started growing with economy of scale, now you can see the cost has come down drastically. The same thing will happen for hydrogen, maybe 5 years down the line. But it has started now. Many of the companies, they are going for gigawatt scale electrolyzer plants for green hydrogen.
Yeah, thank you. Good to know.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next one.
Hi, I'm Shweta. I'm an electrical design and operational engineer, excellence engineer. So, as all countries accelerating energy transition, which segment of market would you think will be the highest growth point for Hitachi, be it utility, distribution, or renewable developments from a business perspective?
Let me start. Yeah, I think it's an important point, right? I think the kind of massive transformation we are seeing it, the growth segments, what we see, it's not only from the renewables. It's not. We are not talking about sector-wise like utility or the industry something. We see the massive transformation across all the segments, especially in the data centers, e-mobility. What we talk about the renewables, solar, wind, even hydrogen, even the green ammonia. We are talking about actually. So I mean, it across all the segments and all these areas. See, each segment, every industry is involved, and not only the industries, utility, even the distribution companies. So this is what we are there, and as Hitachi Energy, I think we are there in all this field of the literally we are in the topmost.
Maybe I can add. I think this energy transition, because we are transitioning to such solar, wind energy, and hydroelectric also, which has been there since many years, 50 years. The long distance transmission is very important. For example, in India, if you imagine, the northeast part has a lot of hydroelectric projects. The hydroelectric, generation happens, and that power has to be delivered because northeast doesn't have so much of demand. So it has to be brought to the center of the country, connected to the grid. So we had the project, HVDC project, high voltage DC project, evacuating the power from northeast Assam to Agra. It's called Northeast Agra, and it's 1800 kilometers. High voltage DC is the technology which we are seeing growing, and that's a very good, business growth for us. High voltage DC is like, normally the power is AC, but HVDC is something where the power is DC. It is AC is converted to DC, and then it's transmitted at 800 kilovolt, and it uses power semiconductors. I mean, today you all hear about semiconductor industry growing and all, and this semiconductor is a million times more powerful than the semiconductor what the industry talking about, the semiconductors in TV or fridge or whatever. Yeah, million times. And that semiconductor, we as Hitachi Energy, we make that semiconductor, we make the entire system for this HVDC. So future is like, one example is hydroelectric, the other one is also the solar. A lot of huge solar parks are coming up in Rajasthan, deserts of Rajasthan, deserts of Kutch, wet desert we call it, and evacuating that, generating and evacuating that power long distance. That's why we get a lot of HVDC orders, high voltage DC, and then these orders like $1 billion US big, right? And on top of that, also now we have from Himalayas, Leh Ladakh, the power has to be the renewable power, solar power. They have to be evacuated, transmitted. So there again, our energy, our technology will be useful, and also offshore wind in the sea, deep in the sea, windmills, and how do you evacuate that power using the subsea link, HVDC or AC. So that's why we have a very big growth prospect. Yeah.
Thank you. I think there will be questions online as well. So maybe we should give them a chance too. Ravi, can you just share that?
All right, we have a lot of questions. I know. Let's take the first one from Jyoti.
First of all, good morning, everyone. This is Jyoti. And I'm basically an executive engineer and having 3.5 years of experience in technical support. I think there is an echo issue.
Can we have the question on chat if that is okay, Jyoti? Because I
Yeah.
think there is a small glitch when you put on your echo coming at our end. Yeah, I think you joined on two devices.
Jyoti, while you're typing your question, we will take the next one. Pratibha, you can ask your question. Hi, Pratibha. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Is it okay now?
Yes, Pratibha.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Hi, everyone. Very good morning. I have a background in renewable energy. From past 4 years, I am working in wind turbine generation sector as a controls engineer. My question is like I am developing controls features for grid and wind turbine. How can I see myself in Hitachi Energy growing in this field specifically?
Okay. So you said you are in the control design and implementation, right? For the
Yeah.
windmill. I think the application, of course, is the wind generator windmill, but here the same control philosophy automation we also use for the transmission distribution, which we call grid automation. I think that type of skill and experience is very important. And it's the same thing, only the application is different, and then you need to probably learn, and then you can definitely, once you have understood and have good experience in the core automation and control. So you can also do that for substation automation, for grid automation, for SCADA. Yeah, right.
Thank you so much. We will take another one. Mushiba, you can unmute yourself and please ask your question.
Can you unmute yourself, Mushiba?
Hi.
Hi, Mushaba.
So, hi
We can hear
everyone.
you.
Okay, I'm Musbina Sharin, and I'm an electrical and electronics engineer with over 2 years of industrial experience. So, my question is, in a large industrial setup, we often face challenges when integrating with reliability with new digital solution. So, how would your team balance reliability with operational stability with innovation?
Okay, maybe I think some of the solution what we have is especially on the I mean especially in the presently with the kind of renewable segments, we have a lot of instability in the grid actually. So we have the power quality solution which we have own factories which manufactures not only the capacitors including like HVD semiconductor based on the walls. So and then we have the the control and production, the MAC system which is coming from the Sweden also. So this is a power quality solution I think which able to stabilize the complete grid system, so that we don't have the like solar once in the only in the when sun is there, as well as wind during the only the windy seasons, the balance. So how we are going to optimize the grid with a battery energy storage. So with a control system, with the stabilizing the whole solution, so that we don't have the either over voltage or the under voltage or the tripping solutions. Of course we have the of course we can keep on discussing with the CTO in place. I think he can keep on give a lot of opportunities which is we having it actually. Yes, definitely we have a solution, we have a technology, and then it's also one of the key segments what we work on it as of now.
Yeah, just to add what Ram said, as a company, I mean, we are 140 years old in terms of having the experience, innovation in this area. Reliability is, I mean, something we are known for, core reliability. What we also do now is using the new technology, digital technology, IoT, as well as ML and AI, for improving that reliability in terms of predictability, predicting the life of any particular asset, the function, malfunction of any asset. So predicting that and then ensuring that the reliability is improved further. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope that answers your question. Yes. All right. We didn't get the question from Jyoti. So Jyoti, if you can unmute yourself, let's see if we can hear you now. Okay, please go ahead and ask your question.
So hi everyone, this is Jyoti, and I am an executive engineer and having 3.5 of year experience in technical support of power electronics based inverters and converters. So I am also AI ambassador for the department. So I have one question related to AI. So as we know, the grid system and or we can say the power system is a critical system. So any interruption may lead to like diverse or you can say inverse impact. So AI implementation comes with the confidentiality issue and the cyber security issue. So how you are planning to go with the AI while controlling these challenges? Or so this is my question.
I think you got the real problem of using. It's not about the AI as organization, knowing about AI application technology, but very important that it should not disrupt the logic, the algorithm, the formula which is already there working in a deterministic way, 99.9% correct and all the times. So what we do normally, we don't use AI directly into the automatic control system, because the AI is sometimes, as you said, right, sometimes it's like probabilistic, 50%, 60% probabilistic. If it is wrong, then it can lead to a wrong operation of the network, the automation, tripping of a circuit. So that's why we keep the AI as extended system of the core automation, and AI is being used for prediction, for learning, for Once it is proven, then we put that AI logic into the automation. So that's how we do it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti, for asking that question. I hope that
Anjali,
answers.
there was somebody was asking question here. So maybe can we just go back to these people who were asking? I saw hands there.
Yes, there are a few of us here. She is also asking, so we'll start with her.
Sure.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody here. And my name is Amrita. And it was a great session from morning, and it was very inspiring. And meeting you guys, senior leaders, it is so much of inspiring. And I work in automotive domain. So it's been 5 years in automotive domain. I see EV vehicles are coming in India too now. They are booming, and I want to see how Hitachi is reaching out to make infrastructures for EV charging and grid integration for EV ecosystem. So how Hitachi is playing role in India, in our country, for that. And I see also, politically they are giving so many, they're pushing to open EV charging stations, but people are not taking EV charging. I mean, me being in automotive industry, India doesn't prefer EV vehicles. That's what I see nowadays. So how Hitachi is promising India that we are making infrastructure for EV charging vehicles.
Wow, excellent. I think this is really one of the key topic in today's world, actually. See, and present, we talk about the carbon neutral, net zero, all these things. This EV is going to come. I think, as I said, initially there are some resistance will be there. I'll tell you, proudly say that we are the first company, at least we are coming up with a flash charging technology. See, we talk about from one city to another city. When you go on this, we can see a lot of highways and everything. We don't see nothing is available backside. So we are going to have this one of the technology. That means when anything bus or anything going to stop there, which is the vehicle, the battery, you don't need to carry the big batteries, to charge it. So if you to cross, suppose Chennai to Bangalore, you see 300 kilometers. If you are going to 300 kilometers, you want to keep the batteries, and then you are not going to carry the passengers, right? Then it will not be viable for any operators also. So we are going to keep the less amount of batteries, and we are going to provide the charging station in between, right? So in between maybe 2 or 3 session, depends on the studies, we'll do it. So how the beauty of it is, see, when you are going to start from your one station from here, the next station, the battery is no need. It will be, we have a system within a point, even 30 seconds, we are going to charge this battery to the 95% of it, actually. So in the next stop, when you're going to there, within the bus stop, maybe 2 minutes or the 1 minute, the bus is going to stop to the passengers to get bored, and then within the second, the battery is going to charge it. So this is one of the technology. I think if we have a solution, and then we are with all the likelihood, you will be seeing it in the roads, maybe in this financial year of 26-27, actually. So okay, so but this is I don't want to reveal the name of the project and all this everything, but which is going to be there, actually. But we can see it is already, we have done this as a pilot project in Chennai IIT, actually. So within this IIT, this one campus, this we have done it, actually. So and then the present the ministry, the road ministry as well as finance ministry, really pushing it. This technology is going to come very soon, actually. And then you talk about the other one is, see, now we have a lot of EV charging. We have a small portable charges, standalone charges, which is available, which is coming from China, and then which is just come and shut, and then we can play it. But we don't want to be in this market. We are developing, local R&D solution for the not only the flash charging, also on the standalone charges also. This standalone charging solution, we don't want to use only the charger solution. It's having the grid experience. Since you talk about the grid integration, since we have the system experience, system knowledge for the last the 75 years, we have been working in the substation plus all the utilities grid knowledge, we knows it. So starting from the system up to the end point, actually. So this is what the solution we want to do it, which means we don't want to give it to any of the operators, bus operators, or to any of these OEMs. we will provide starting from the grid, taking the power either at 33 or 11 kV or 66 kV, and then bring it to the making the containerized solutions, from stepping down to the transformer to the panels, and then giving to the making the charges and the whole. And then buses when they come and stay there, whole depot charging in the storage also. So this is a kind of solution we have. Again, as you said, there is an initial resistance. We are evolving it, and then we will come up. I'm sure that 26 we will see this, transformation or the evaluation in this EV will be there actually.
Yeah, just imagine, flash charging is something where you have the bus going to the bus stop, and then bus normally stops there for 30 seconds, right? 30-40 seconds. So during that time, there is a robotic arm which goes up and it touches the connection point there and gets charged. That's the flash charging technology, he said. So that way it gets charged every stop, or every 2-3 stops it gets charged. So it doesn't have to go back to the depot. And that's one thing which is something called charging anxiety. That's the reason why people don't go for EV. But now you see it's moving, it's improving. You see a lot of vehicles because the charging points are already available. And with this flash charging, it will be more available for the buses, for the trucks. Then you will see more. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Adding on to that, me being in automotive domain, what kind of opportunities do I have in this? I mean, Hitachi. When like if I want to join Hitachi, with like I have to also pursue automotive because I have passion on automotive.
Okay.
But here there is energy. Me being an electrical and electronics engineer. I know electrical also.
Yeah.
I want to play with HV also.
Yeah.
So me being passionate to both, how can I join Hitachi?
Yeah, I think your core skill and education is on the electrical electronics, right? So
yeah.
you know about it. You have applied that to automotive. And the
Exactly.
same thing now you can do it for the EV charging infrastructure, for the charger, for the grid, for the distribution system. So it's and at the same time you are still with automotive because you do it, let's say, for EV charging, for the flash charging, for the fleet charging. So that's how I can see. I mean, if you are still attached to automotive, you would like to see something moving, right? With wheels. Yeah. So that opportunity is there.
Just to add again, I mean, it's not only with the electrical, when I said system to the endpoint, unless we have a experience on those automotive, I think we'll not be able to cater to those interests. It's more important we should know what's customer required. We cannot make something and then give it to the market. Nobody's going to buy. First, we need to understand what is customer requirements. So on those aspects with automotive background, I think definitely it's a need of an hour. We need this actually.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for asking that question. Can we give it up for her, everyone? All right, we have another one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anusha, and on a Saturday morning, it's very exciting. It is very interesting to be part of such an active discussion. So my question is, I'm working as an electrical design engineer in mining industry. I'm working particularly in mining vehicles. So Hitachi being part of many of the different domains, I want to understand where is Hitachi involved in the mining. Say, how is it helping in? We see that many of the mining fields are getting electrified. So I want to understand where is Hitachi contributing in all of this. Say, and if I were to work in Hitachi, then where can I be? Where will I be fitting in the working part? Yes.
Maybe you can add. There are two things. See, electrical energy is everywhere. It touches right from the home till office, till factories, infrastructure, everywhere, mining. So in mining, for example, you have a lot of equipment for mining, and then there is also substation where the power is being captured or connected from the grid, and then it feeds to the mining. So that is one substation where we have, and also the power quality equipment, the reactive power compensation equipment there in mining, because there are different type of equipment. So that is there. That's the basic thing which is in the mining. The other thing is also the mining vehicles. Normally they are all diesel operated and all. Industry is also now moving to electric mining equipment, the earth movers and all. So there, as Hitachi Energy, we also have a solution similar to what he talked about, charging the bus or charging the truck or mining equipment. So that also in the US, we also had done a lot of pilots there in terms of having the electric mining equipment instead of diesel driven. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. You have been such a wonderful and engaged audience, and you had so many questions. Can we give it up for all our panelists? Thank you so much to all our
Guys, we will
panelists.
work. I know I can see a lot of questions still online. We will work on it with our teams and come back surely. So no questions will be left unanswered. Please be rest assured. Yeah.
Also, I would like to add, we will have a lot more events coming virtually and in person in the upcoming financial year. So you will all be invited for many events upcoming. So these questions will always be addressed. So thank you so much, everyone joining virtually and in person. And thank you so much, dear panelists, Ram, Akilur, and Neha. So we will be officially concluding. And over to you, Anjali. Let's
Yes.
have a closure on that.
Thank you again. Before we close, we'll take a moment to appreciate My Career Net for supporting ConnectHER and bringing this experience together. And also, can we have a big round of applause for everyone in this room for showing up, participating, and making this such a great session. Thank you so much, everyone. We will now close for lunch and networking. This is your chance. This is your time to continue the conversations and make new connections. Thank you so much for being part of ConnectHER. This is Anjali, your host, signing off. Have a fantastic rest of the day, everyone. Thank you.
Big hand for Anjali. You've been superb, Anjali. Thank you. And can I have My Career Net team, please, on the stage, please? If they're here. Some. Please join me on stage. Big thank you, guys. It's been really nice. And, you've been really partnering with us very well. Please come on the stage.
Now let's have a big applause for My Career Net, everyone.
And can I have Vijay, Rima, and Vijay, your team on the stage as well? This is the team who made it possible, guys. So thank you so much. And let's keep the conversation on. This is only working because of conversation. So thank you. Big hand, guys. Big round of applause.
All right, big smile, everyone. Fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good day.
Hello. My name is.
Everybody, the lunch will